Okay, so today we start the project that everyone's been waiting for on this property, and that is putting the geotextile wrap down right here where the RV slip is going to go. Now this geotextile fabric, I believe, I can't remember how much I paid. I think I paid a total of about $400, maybe a little more. And this is two 15 by 50 foot stretches of it. Got it on Amazon. It is made in America. It is designed to be used for gravel roads, RV slips, pretty much anything like this. It's supposed to be super tough and it allows water to drain through it, which is nice. So we are gonna lay it down over this area. It's been mowed down to, I believe, 2.5 inches or 2 inches. And we are simply gonna put it here. We're gonna put the big pile of reclaimed asphalt over there on top of it. And we're gonna let it sit for a while and it will start killing the grass off underneath it and creating kind of more of a stable platform, because it's still gonna be a while before we can get the RV on top of it. Any rain, anything else like that's just gonna increase that process and make it happen even quicker. But it is pretty much level. It's not exactly level, but it's pretty close to level, and the project today again is to get the geotextile fabric down, anchored in place, so we can start pouring the reclaimed asphalt on top of it and really trying to get this project going. So hang tight, we'll be right back. Okay, so this is what the material looks like. It's actually more of a fabric than anything. And I saw some reviews on Amazon where some folks said that they got some that held water. This certainly does not look like it will hold water. This is absolutely breathable material. You probably hold it up to the sun and see it. But yeah, this is what a 15 by 50 foot roll looks like. And I honestly thought it would be more like a tarp material, so I was expecting it to be a lot bulkier, a lot bigger, a lot heavier than it actually is. So it's kind of convenient that it's, I guess, roughly 3.5 feet tall by about 1 foot in diameter. Pretty easy to get shipped to you, and they had both of them bundled together in one kind of a tarp wrapped package. And it's not that heavy. I mean, this specific roll right here probably weighs 25 pounds max. So we're going to go ahead and spread this out and use reclaimed ground stakes for LED lights. So these should work out really well. They'll hold it in place. I'll just leave them in the ground because they're pretty much flat on top. And then we'll pour the reclaim on top of it once we get everything spread out where we want it. But we have two of these again, 15 by 50 feet each. So we're gonna have 15 by, I'll say 98 feet, because we're gonna have about 2 feet of overlap to basically prevent weeds from growing in between. 15 feet wide should be perfect. So the width is going to extend from about right here to about right here. And at first I was thinking I didn't need to put the wrap that close to, or the ground cover that close to the pedestal, because the RV overhang would be above the ground right here. But then my father made a great point and he said, you're going to have weeds growing there if you don't do it. So that's really, really true. And I want to be able to cut around the RV with the mower and not have to deal with weeds or grass growing underneath the actual RV. So we're going to get probably, I'd probably say about 6 feet from the pedestal right here, and then we're going to extend it off, which is going to be close enough for me to be able to fit a 0-turn mower through there, cut anything that is not, you know, being covered by the RV. So first thing we need to do is get this all unwrapped and or at least rolled out and covering the first 50 feet. Okay, so it was rolled up the 15-foot side, so now we have to unfold it the 50-foot side. So it's folded upon itself multiple times and then rolled up as a 15-foot section. I don't know why my brain told me that it would roll out 50 feet, but we're going to rotate it and then unfold it and get it spread out. Okay, so we have it started. It's about 6 feet, a little more than that from the post here, so we can get a riding lawnmower through here. We're going to go and put the first stake down right here. Let's put some weight on that because it'll flatten out and hold it real well. There we go. And we're going to put the second stake over here. There we go. Now, just need to unroll the whole thing. Okay, so they've done a pretty good job of making this easy with how they've set it up. This is actually really good how they did this. So you just have to basically start from the end over here and pull it out. Okay, so one thing we do want to maintain is kind of our straight line right here. We want to run parallel to this fence line. So it looks like we have some slack right here that can pull out this way and help us achieve that. we're gonna go ahead and pin this one in place, and when we bring the other one over, we'll put it in place just so it doesn't blow around while we're getting the other one unwrapped. Okay, so again, we have the first one down, we have it staked in place. We're gonna go ahead and lay the second one down, finish rolling it out. Yeah. All right, so the way this unrolls is you simply take this piece right here, we can put it over, pull this ground stake out, and hold it in place at the same area. I'm gonna overlap it about a foot. So we should be pretty similar here on both ends. There we go. And just need to do the same process of getting it all unwrapped here. So you basically just pull on this edge and the material just extends out. That's pretty cool. It's not cool, it's just cool in how they did it, so it's convenient to pull out like this. Okay, so we can probably put a few more ground stakes down, or we can just rush the tractor over here with some asphalt material, drop it down and hold it in place. And then with the shovel. Okay, so I got my father on the tractor. He's got a John Deere, he's got a lot of tractors, so this is gonna be really interesting to see how he performs on my new bad boy. So this is a 3-speed, so it's got high, medium, and low. So I don't know what yours has. Is it just medium and high, or low and high? What's yours? Low and high. Okay, so you got kind of the middle one here. No ballast on the back, so keep that in mind. And he's gonna go grab the material so I can film. Otherwise, I rely on other people to film. You see that way over there? That is his Sprinter van, or at least his Class B Sprinter van with dualies. That's a really, really cool RV that we will feature, so you'll be able to see what that thing's all about. And what's different is, if you notice, it's not super wide body, but it has a slide. So definitely show that soon. He's going to my big pile of reclaim that's right on the other side of that tree, right there. He's gonna bring it back, and I told him, use your best judgment in terms of how you want to position it. Half of me was like, you know what, drive it down the center, drop it, and then just keep making piles. But then he says he's pretty good at being able to spread this out, so we won't have to do that. So he's gonna come in from the side and spread it out as he backs up. So at least that's what my theory is, because he doesn't want to have to drive over it. One thing he said is a really great best practice, and I'm always, for hearing best practices, is once you get on the material, don't turn at all, otherwise you'll tear it up. So, it's pretty common sense, but at the same time, it is a good best practice. Here he comes back with his first load. So that is 14 tons, basically one dump truck load. It should give me enough, according to them, to cover the 15 by 100 foot span here. Here he comes back with the tractor. First bucket load. And I believe he's gonna want to come in right here. right, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 loads. He's a lot faster, so he's gonna go do a couple of them. All right, so it is starting to get dark. The sun has actually already set. This is what it looks like so far. Say we're about maybe 80% complete, or at least with the dumping phase. Then the spreading phase needs to happen. We can probably do 2 more loads here. There's probably 4 right here. Gotta flatten the rest of this stuff out. It's definitely coming along. Boy, it makes things a lot easier spreading it with the tractor than it does with a rake. Yeah, he's a lot faster than I am. Now I think he's just showing off though. Okay, so we've pretty much lost all of our light. I'm using a lens that actually captures quite a bit of light, but yeah, it's pretty dark outside now. You can't really tell where the uncovered spots are, but we went through the entire load of reclaimed asphalt, and I think I'm gonna need 1 more load. We probably have a good 2.5 inches spread over the vast majority of it. In the morning, we'll be able to see what's left. But, you know, I didn't ever really anticipate this was gonna be a 1-day project, even though it's pretty much a 1-day project. We just started a little bit late. That being said, it certainly is coming along. You'll see some exposed liner down here on the bottom, but that's only because we're leaving it that way so we can put a barrier up maybe and rake it out, and whenever we get the right thickness in place so we can start kind of finishing it off. But it's turned out pretty good. These lights certainly come in handy, and you know what? The fact is they don't illuminate as far as you might think, so it's going to provide the perfect amount of lighting. And a lot of people might ask, why are you going 15 by 100? Why do you have to go that far? The reason why, and hold on, let me switch to a wider angle. So the reason why is because when you come around here with the 5th wheel, you're going to have room to straighten out and back it up. And the problem you'll run into if you don't do it this way is, because this is sandy loam, it will support the weight very well, but you may not get the traction you're looking for whenever it's time to actually start pulling your 5th wheel out because of the weight. So whenever the 5th wheel is backed in place here, it's going to take a little less than half of it, and it's going to give me the ability to get moving. So whenever we finish off the little exit area right here, I have the traction I need, and it pretty much keeps the wear and tear down on the yard. And even more important, it probably will keep me from getting stuck. So we'll likely put another load of reclaim. Anyways, the tractor is now put up. We're gonna wrap this one up for the day. Definitely stay tuned if you wanna see how we finish this off and what we do to kind of level it all out whenever we have enough material to do that. Anyways, it's turning out really good. I'm super excited to have this. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, now's a great time. Please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we will talk to you again very soon.